Hello my pokey people, and welcome and all to some more Sun and Moon hype theory and discussion. And since recently there's not been a lot of news to talk about, I thought it would be fun to use this bit of breathing room to step back and kind of have a fun little thought challengey process on what really makes a Pokemon game great, and that is somewhat obviously the actual Pokemon. Unfortunately for us, ALOLA has got one hell of a roster. So what I'm gonna do, and I implore you to do it as well, is pretend that somebody has held a gun to my head and gone, choose 6 ALOLA Pokemon. They will be your team and you can never change them. And you must love them always. So in order to appease this apparently Pokemon psychopath, I am gonna get in this. Let's begin with number 6, and I thought I'd start with the starters. Hey, we have Rowlet. Now, for Pokemon that don't have their evolutions officially totally confirmed yet, I've got to kind of hope, I've got to use my best judgment and pray they turn out to be something good. And Rowlet, even from the supposedly confirmed fake one, does look like it's going to be something quite special. I love owls, I'm a big fan of owls, I just really like owls. I just want an owl, I want to hug an owl, I want to be with an owl, I want to be an owl. Oh god, this is a breakthrough for my therapist. Sorry, what? I like Rowlet. Rowlet's cool. I mean, an owl archer, that's a pretty neat design. Alright, moving on. God damn. But no, I just think it's a very inventive starter. I think it's an animal that does need more represented in Pokemon, and I think it's got a good theme to take it along with it. This majestic, soaring sky archer firing plumage arrows down as it peppers the battlefield from a veritable safe height. It just kind of tickles my fancies, and I could totally see myself... Alright, this might sound kind of sad, but when imagining these Pokemon, I like to imagine how I would feel if in real life I was in a real Pokemon battle and I'm there going, go Rowlet, and then it comes out and everyone's like, okay, I'm judging you for your real life Pokemon choice. I think I could be quite proud to have a majestic archer owl as my BFF. So yeah, I'm gonna commit to Rowlet for my first slot. Now, next up, we might start to question my... Well, this whole list, actually, I feel might start to question my masculinity, but we shall see. Next up, I do have a draw. I know it's a little bit of a cop-out to have a draw, but I just could not decide. So we've got Morlul, the little fairy mushrooms that glow and are all happy and nice, and it's so tiny. And the thing is, I've always liked mushroom Pokemon. I think Breloom is a lot of fun, and I kind of really like the idea of it evolving into a very majestic, glowing, kind of aloof, fairy mushroom that has all of these spore-based attacks and is just very difficult to get close to. I really like it thematically, and I really like the imagery of walking through a forest at night and just seeing these lovely glowing lights walking along the ground hidden by the grass created by all the nocturnal Morluls. I think it's wonderful because bioluminescence is beautiful in real life. It's one of nature's real splendors, and that being created in the form of this adorable tiny little mushroom is something I can really appreciate. And I think even just owning one to have as like a nightlight, which probably is a really, really terrible way to use a living Pokemon, but still would be really, really unique. So yeah, I'm just kind of drawn to it. I can't really explain why. It's a gut feeling with this one, but I'm gonna go for Morlul. And then while that is my main choice, the other one that I was having difficulty deciding for number 5 is Cutie Fly. And primarily it is so I can, consistently say Cutie Fly. But at the same time, if it does evolve into a very mean, gnarly looking mosquito, I think that's gonna be awesome. I think we need a really evil fairy type, but it's already based on an animal that most people hate anyway. I'm hoping that they kind of go a little bit unexpected with it, and it just doesn't evolve into a bigger fluff ball, but because I think it kind of is, I'm gonna have to give it to more Lola. So, now we're getting somewhere, into the 4th slot out of everything, and this one, again, is very much because I hope and think it'll evolve into something badass, and it is Wimpod, the little cowardly Pokemon. I mean, I just love how he looks. At all points, he has the kind of facial expression that's just screaming, oh my god, and I could just totally dig that. I could just imagine it kind of hiding behind your leg, eyes darting back and forth, trying to find danger, and I just think it's great. They're scared of everything, but are forced to be incredibly curious of everything, so their life is spent walking towards something, it then moves, and they go, and scurry away really fast, and they're just damned to repeat that eternal pointless cycle. And the thing is, the last time we got a Pokemon similar to this in Kabuto, it evolved into freaking Scythe Monster, which is an awesome Pokemon and one of my favorites. So I'm really hoping that Wimpod will get that same treatment, and I hope he'll have a somewhat hero story, going from this wimpy Pokemon with the ability to be wimpy. That's its innate power, to continue to be a coward. And I hope it turns around and ends up looking very badass, majestic, and actually got quite the edge to it. Even if it stays as more of a tank-based thing, I just think it has the potential to look awesome, because shell kind of based Pokemon tend to, so yeah, I like it. And to be fair, it can also go gather pearls for me, so I'm gonna be like filthy rich. So I think really it's a win-win situation here with Wimpod. Next up then, we have the only Alolan form on this list, and it is Marowak, because I am a big fan of fire Pokemon. It's probably my favorite type, and I've always loved Marowak, and I've always, like everyone I think, been kind of like, oh, Cubone and Marowak story, so sad, and I like the idea of it now igniting into this ghostly, flaming, Baton twirling, badass looking version of itself, something that you really don't want to mess with. Like the fact that because it's living in a region that is so hostile to it, it had to develop into the ability to wield ghostly flames just to survive in the ecosystem? That's pretty damn brutal, and that's something I can really get behind and be like, yeah, alright, Lowland Marowak, you pretty hardcore, my friend, you really, really are, and I just really like it. It's by far my favourite Alolan form, and I think it's a beautiful take on Marowak, and of course making it a ghost is very symbolic and a very nice homage to the sad story that we all know and love. It really, really is, and the thing is, the reason it achieved this form is because of its desire to care for and protect its partners, whether they be their trainers or their fellow Marowaks, and I like it. I think it's just nice, you know. I do it. It's kind of like, oh, Marowak, oh, you became a flaming ghost demon. Holy Christ, why the fuck did you do that? My word. Now that I think about it, that is quite an extreme change. Like, imagine if a real life animal just evolved into being a ghost that controls fire. It's like, what kind of environment forces that? And the thing is, if you consider the infinite possibilities of the cosmos and the countless planets and configurations, that statistically there's a chance that somewhere there really is ghostly-like entities that can spit fire. So really, when you look at Alolan Marowak, the subtext that the author is quite clearly trying to convey is that we are tiny in the endless vastness of space. Alright, cool. Now that we've finished our English literature session, let's move on to my top two. And these are my top two by quite the large margin. There is a Grand Canyon between these two and the previous four. First up, we have Salandit, who I made an entire video dedicated to because I love this thing so much. It's the closest I think I'm ever going to get to a Komodo dragon-based Pokemon, and I am hoping, because while I don't mind how it looks now, it's certainly not the best thing. I am hoping, beyond hope, that this gets an evolution, and it gets a little bit less sort of sneaky, evilly looking, plants its 4 feet a little bit more and really grows into a big-ass Komodo dragon-esque Pokemon. I love Komodo dragons, they're my favorite animal, and this thing really represents them well, or at least as well as anything Pokemon has done so far. And it doubling up as having this cool, unique ability to be able to poison literally anything is just fantastic. So I'm a big fan of lizards, I'm a big fan of Komodo dragons, as I probably keep overly iterating, and I'm a big fan of fire types. So you just roll that together in a Pokemon that probably can still evolve and become even cooler, and well, I am totally on board. I am there. I would ride one into battle. 10 out of 10, too much water. So I'm very excited and hopeful to see what this guy becomes. I will be crushed despair down on my knees, sweet baby, please, if it does not evolve. But I believe, I do. I have hope that Salandit. Because the thing is, if it evolves in the way that I want to, it might actually overtake Infernape, which has been my favorite Pokemon for as long as I've played Pokemon, as my favorite all-time Pokemon. That's how much I love this thing. So don't fuck up, Salandit. Don't do it. Finally then, at number 1, we have ourselves Mirantis. I'm kind of in love with this thing, and I realize it's not the most, like, typically badass looking, or kind of just like, ugh! But you know what? I don't care, because I think this thing is fantastic. I've always had a soft spot for a more, let's just say, pretty looking grass Pokemon. I have no shame in saying that Lilligant is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. I really, really like it. So when you take that kind of style and then combine it with a praying mantis, which is my favorite insect and an absolutely fascinating creature in how it operates and how it hunts, how skilled and deadly and just perfectly evolved it is, when you combine it with that and then give it a unique move in the form of Solar Blade, which is just literally a massive blade-shaped beam that it slams down on its foes so sharp that apparently this thing is slicing rocks into half with pure sun power. Yeah, I am instantly freaking on board. Choo-choo, the Mirantis hype train is being conducted by me, and you either get on it or you're wrong. I just think it's brilliant. I love the form of it. I love how they've done the Mantis blades. I just think it is an exceptionally pretty Pokemon. And again, I don't mind saying that, though I may come to mind saying that when I see the comments. But I believe you guys. I trust in you to see where I'm coming from and be mature about this, okay? I mean, look, even in its Pokedex entry, it's said to be the most gorgeous of all Grass-type Pokemon. Gorgeous! That's a strong adjective. That's like a couple stages above pretty, so really, the evidence is there. I just think it's fantastic, and I want one. It is head and shoulders, currently, not counting Salandit's evolution, my favorite Pokemon in Alola. So they are the 6 that I would choose, the 6 that I would commit to. And I have said it, I've locked it in stone. Let's hope I don't regret my choices. What do you guys think? Did you enjoy this? I every now and then I like to do a fun little video like this, and I hope you guys do find it fascinating to listen to, but yeah, let me know yours. I'm lovely. Let me know yours. I'm lovely. I'll see you later. I want to have some lovely discussions in the comments with you guys, is where I was going to go there, but that's fine. I guess I'm lovely. And I will see you later on. My name has been Rage, and like, if you enjoyed this, share it around, and a goodbye. Oh, Mirantis.